Americans held hostage, abandoned behind enemy lines. Day 37.
And welcome to Hannity. All right, can you believe it? 37 days, Americans trapped hostage behind enemy lines, and we want every single one of our fellow Americans home safely. Joe Biden hardly talks about it, never mentions it. Maybe he's forgotten about them. We will not forget about them ever on this show. And sadly tonight, this is just one of many serious crises that Joe Biden has now caused and is now unable or unwilling to resolve. This weekend, the terrible news just kept coming and coming and coming. First, after weeks about bragging about America's over-the-horizon anti-terror capabilities, the Biden administration was finally forced to admit that last month's drone strike in Kabul, it actually killed a humanitarian worker, 10 civilians, 7 children, and 0 terrorists. And next, after Biden promoted COVID-19 booster shots for all Americans over 16, well, his own FDA refused to approve that shot and granting authorization to only high-risk individuals and people over 65. Next up, Biden bragged that America was once again respected in the world and on the world stage. Well, France recalled their ambassador to the U.S. after getting shafted on a nuclear submarine deal. Now, this is the first time in history that France ever recalled its ambassador to the U.S., and that's not all. The administration is also dealing with accusations of treason that is leveled at the Joint Chiefs of Staff. That General Milley needs to be put on administrative leave pending full investigation sooner than later. And then we move on to Biden's border disaster, now a crisis worse than ever. 7 months after it started, 8 months after he lifted nearly all of President Trump's border protections. Okay, how is Joe Biden dealing with the multitude of crises that he caused every one of them? Here's what he had to say over the weekend.
Mr. President, does anybody need to be fired? Mr. President, what will you tell Emmanuel Macron?
Mr. President, when are you going to call?
Nothing. He said nothing. Then went back to riding on, what's that, a tricycle? I don't know, mountain bike, whatever you want to call it. Maybe, Joe, your time would be better spent maybe getting the Americans you abandoned behind enemy lines, now subject to the terrorists, the Taliban. How about working on getting them home? How about securing our border? How about getting your message straight on COVID? Looks like a crisis right now, Joe. We have nearly, under your watch, nearly 2 million illegal immigrants this year alone. You are going to set a 20, 25, 30-year record. By the way, in the middle of a pandemic. And also, no testing of all these illegal immigrants, no vaccine mandates, and then they get dispersed all around the country after they spend time in your overcrowded cages with a high rate of COVID positivity. And as you can see, he was at the beach all weekend. He answered 0 questions, gave 0 speeches, riding his little bicycle, conducting 0 important meetings. There are 12,000 now, as we speak, illegal immigrants under that bridge in Texas, and hundreds of Americans trapped behind enemy lines in Afghanistan. If you include green card holders, that's thousands of Americans. And COVID cases around the country are surging everywhere. And now he's playing politics with COVID and monoclonal antibodies. We'll get into that later. And Joe is, by the way, spending his long weekend at the beach doing nothing. And according to Circle Back Jen Psaki, Biden, well, he's doing his best to protect people. What, on his bicycle? Take a look.
If you're talking about the situation on the ground in Del Rio, one, it's a challenging situation. It's devastating to watch this footage. I think it's important, though, for people to also know that what we're trying to do is also protect people.
Protect people? Maybe you should have tested the 1.5+ million people that came into this country illegally in the middle of the pandemic. And you should have, well, had your first vaccine mandate there. And by the way, we have a vaccine mandate for millions of American citizens, but not for one single illegal immigrant. Look at your screen. Look at the numbers of people. Look at the high rate of COVID positivity. Look at the cages for kids that Joe had been putting people in. There are numerous international travel restrictions for Americans, but not at the border. Not if you're an illegal immigrant. You get special Joe Biden treatment. Over 1.5 million of these migrants from all over the world pouring across our border illegally. not respecting our laws, our borders, our sovereignty. And as we speak, thousands are packed together in what are squalid conditions under the Del Rio Bridge in Texas. And according to the AP, some families have been under that bridge now for more than 6 days. And get this, at least 2 women have given birth under the bridge. One later tested positive for COVID-19. Now, when these illegal immigrants are eventually processed, well, many of them will be put on buses and planes that you pay for and then dispersed all over the country, tickets paid for by you, the American people. No COVID testing, no vaccine mandates. But you know what, Jen Psaki, you're right about one thing. These images, they are hard to watch, especially knowing that President Trump gifted President Biden with a secure border and energy independence and 3 vaccines and also monoclonal antibodies. Joe only mentioned it for the first time last week, but Joe Biden screwed everything up. He ended Trump's stay in Mexico policy, stopped the construction on the border wall. He pulled out of reciprocal immigration enforcement agreements with neighboring countries, and he actually told migrants, come surge the border. He said it. Well, Joe, they've been surging now for 7 months, another 200,000 last month alone. No solution. This is so bad that even Barack Obama, that's right, Barack Obama's Department of Homeland Security Secretary is sounding the alarm. Joe, are you listening? Joe, this is the crisis you said isn't a crisis. Are you listening?
We have to get control of our borders. 200,000 a month is a lot of people. DHS just released the numbers for August. It's 200,000. August is typically a month where it's very low. And those kinds of numbers and the images you just showed your audience saps the ability, it overwhelms the ability of DHS, the Border Patrol, ICE, to cope with the incoming.
Now, don't worry, Joe's bike riding. I'm sure Biden's border czar, Kamala Harris, she's all over it, right? 7 months into the crisis, Biden's DHS secretary did actually visit the border over the weekend. But again, we're 7 months too late, 1.5 million plus illegal immigrants into the crisis in the middle of a pandemic. A little too late, and they're still not getting it right.